And we are live. Duke is getting ready to race in MX bikes on a very peculiar track. A track that Smokesta just put out a video today making note that it's free. And this was apparently at one point in time an actual paid track from a while ago. So a lot of people may have actually missed this this track, but it is supposedly killer, and we're gonna ride it. This is the beta 19 update, but I'm riding a two-stroke KTM 249cc 56 horsepower 5 gears 104.7 kilogram OEM bike from the OEM team. Phenomenal handling ever since beta 19. It's unbelievable. So let's get in there. I'm just going to do everything stock setup. Don't adjust anything, and right to the track. Now this is okay. You can see the different views. Kind of hard to race in this view, but getting towards the track. Now, little trick, show you if you want to get on the track. Hold my paddle in for 3 seconds. It'll put you on the track facing the proper direction. Whoa. Wow, that's the first time I flipped it out since the beta 19. Let's go back. Wow, but I still got power control to get up that hill. Now I'm going to probably switch to, I do prefer the dynamic. You've got to be inside to see the jumps, especially on a track like this. Really jumpy, but nice, flowy, smooth bump. Oh yeah. And if Smokesta endorses it, that means it's good. And I've ridden some of his tracks before, and the traction of the loam on this dark loam dirt is very good. Even the sand has good traction. Wow. I am bouncing around. It's going to take me a lap or so to get into a rhythm, but it does feel a little greasy. And again, I'm just learning this bike. I'm also relatively new. Only got about 60 hours. And whoa, did not know there was a turn there, but now I do. But see, I still forgot. Wow. Pretty good track. Whoa, a little too much brake. Hit a bump. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's a fault, because they put me in a respawn location, which is far away from where it actually happened. Unless I cross pass on the track, like there. Let's try it there. Maybe it'll put me in that. Ooh, look at the check. Hot check. Okay, let it go. Oh, there we go. I probably could have done that, but I'm trying not to crash and just learn the flow, and it is actually pretty flowy. It's got to be real easy on the. There's so much traction. That traction will translate also into stronger brake action. So it's, if you're too heavy on the brakes, you could find yourself doing an endo. Oh, there we go. And this bike, I'm just new to this KTM. I usually used to ride the gas. I haven't even ridden the gas since beta 19, because I like this the feel of this KTM. Oh wow. And I can actually whip it. I was never much for whipping because it was always better to land straight. That way if you case something, it's really important, especially with the 112cc Alpha Mod 2-strokes, whereas these 250s, there's enough power, but you still have to keep it in a certain RPM level to access that power. Sometimes it'll be low end, sometimes it'll be just about a mid-range power. Oh wow, a little hot, turn. Oh, I was going a little hot in there. I do like look at the forerunners there. And straight ahead, there's the windmill, it's an old Dutch windmill. Yeah, it's it is a fun track. I'm just going to try not to brake as much. That's been the main thing that's been knocked me off, just grabbing too much brake, and it's real loamy, tractable terrain. Oh yeah, I forgot I do have a trick button program. Oh, there's a trick. Oh, another trick. Yeah. Oh wow. And look, it's just, I can get so much stability since the Beta 19. Ooh, little end over end. That was a little beyond control. Now, let's see if we can get now that I kind of know the track. Wow, that was good. Okay, turn. Yeah, I gotta take it easy because I've been OJing most of the jumps and corners that I've crashed at, or just gone in a little too hot. It is a technical track, and you don't want to be going full out. So it's actually, it might be an advantage having this 250, or even 125 is probably look good on this one. And that's even like, I think he did a Unadilla maybe? I'm not sure, but I think there's maybe that was Kel, but I think he did another version. I've raced his tracks before. And I love the feel, especially on the 2-stroke gas, because you got to get good traction and wheel movement. The RPM is going up fast. Wow, little OJ, turn, fall. Almost saved it. And memory. Turn around. Oh, the sign's gone. So it did. I think there might be a bug in the regen. It only puts you in certain areas, but maybe that's a good thing, so it doesn't get you. Oh yeah, put me back. Okay, memory of. Wow. In memory of Justin P 410 and Greg V 833 and Tim S 211. Cool. Oh, it feels so good this game. Like, it feels like real bikes, like real. And I race motocross. I race 2-strokes, 125s and 250s back in the Bob Hanna era, and David Bailey, who's paralyzed, Jeff Ward. I'm from Canada, so it's Ross Peterson. But it was all 2-strokes. There's no such thing as 4-stroke. So it was a different type of racing and style. You go through clutches, you'd have to change. You'd be changing your clutch between adding an extra friction plate between motos to give you that extra power to the ground. Because a lot of the 2-strokes, the power delivery, it burns out the clutches so much. You keep on top of the clutch, you can get great power delivery on a two-stroke. But like I said, it's a different type of power. Wow. Oh, see that one? I leveled it out. And let's get serious so we can get our shadow. Some shadow racing. Or chasing. I assume it's shadow. Maybe I gotta enable that or something. Or I gotta finish a clean lap. Oh, there's a shadow. Oh wow. Okay, shadow's gonna be ahead of me because I just wiped out. Oh, did I jump ahead of him? I'm not sure. I think I'm halfway across the track. Wait, oh no, maybe I'm just back. Not sure. Oh yeah, it just puts you back, especially when you hold it for 3 seconds. Oh, that's now. Remember, I overshot that every time. First time I made it clean. I just want to go slow here. I found myself just going too hot into corners that I didn't know. I'm grabbing too much brake and getting end over end scenario. I'm just trying to go with the flow, not do any tricks. I do have some tricks I can do on the big button that I can watch on the replay. And I've done some pretty cool tricks. Oh yeah, feet off. I'm not sure if you got to push it twice to get to do different tricks or if it just does them naturally. I don't know if I'm only doing one trick. Because on the other one I was doing like pointing and oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh yeah. So I'm going to concentrate more on seeing what kind of lap I can get while finishing them. Land it. Oh, see that? Even though I overshot it, I survived. Now I'm chasing my shadow, which is perfect. So it actually gives you the effect that you're racing someone, but it's actually just yourself. And you can see the lines shadow took and the mistakes he made. Which I'm sure there will be plenty of. Oh yeah, boy, I almost grabbed too much brake. Oh, so blowy. Even in these, they're like sand rollers or something. But it's so made in 19 is so stable. Like it's proper stable. I think it was the center of gravity that they modified was actually creating Kosovo effects. Whereas now you're not getting them, you're getting real light. But that's the way I remember motocross right there. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Well, going a little hot. Okay, I just held on. Just slowly turn. I gotta look at the map more to see these sharp corners up here. But that will come with just learning the track and which is being smooth. I should have jumped. I got over a lot of these sand rollers, which actually through my force feedback on my wheel feel amazing. Like I can feel all those bumps in the wheelies and the brake and the torque steer. Just I got it set really light so it's not gonna be fatiguing. Just enough to let you know it's there though. But I can now, I can turn more stable and I can do whips and sideways drifting, which I should have been and I do have it programmed for auto reverse axis auto lean, so I think that's actually helping me also, because I wasn't getting the effect of that traction control. Now I am, and so it's making it more stable. There we go. Oh yeah. So see, I totally blew that jump. I would have, before Beta 19, I would have been done like dinner. Oh yeah. So you just gotta get, and I'm getting the feel of the track. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. get it more, just be smooth, don't brake that much, or adjust the gain, because I had to adjust the gain, lower it on my brakes, because I was going way end over end with me after maybe 19. Once I did that, I can still brake, and I haven't, as long as I'm careful. Look at that little burnout off track. That's exactly the way a bike should handle. It shouldn't just throw you off the bike, drift a little bit. Like the rear end should be able to move out like it did just there, and be able to control with throttle control. Oh, there we go. That's the crash. Okay, hold it. 1, 2, 3. Like there, see how the takeoff, it just, the rear is a little lighter the way it should have been, especially when you're standing or moving forward on the bike. It takes any load, but using trail braking, which I can use on my wheel with a little brake on, I get an actual little bit of traction, so I can almost get a super traction. It's like a super, but I think that's more real life. And like I said, it feels more real. And I've come from this, years ago, but back in the 80s, I had a 81 RM125, 83 RM125, 83 CR125. 84 KX125, which is like a tractor power band. Then I was up into, I think, 87, 88 CR250. Had access, not as much on that. Most of the class racing I would do with the junior competitive CMA, just like, or AMA. You go down to the States sometimes. Oh, nice. Hold on. Yeah, it's actually, this track is flowy, and it's, especially for a two-stroke, it is, I think 4-stroke 450 would be just OJ and everything, because there's a lot of little finesse ones here, and if you can keep the power band, you can, I remember when I used to race at Hully Gully in Ontario, Canada, track record. It was a kind of a quasi. It was a dusty track, hard pack, but there was some S turns and a few straights. But the fastest lap time was an expert rider on a YZ or CR or a KX80 at the time. So having these a lighter two-stroke, they're very nimble. But this KTM 250 is very nimble too. You just got to respect the power and don't, pedal to the metal as you speak, and know that don't overshoot. Oh, like that. But to do that, you just got to do laps, and then naturally it'll just come. I can feel the rear slide out through my force feedback. Right here, I can feel the traction on. Oh yeah. Oh, slide. Oh, what a slide out. I almost saved that. Okay. Finish. And then I'll get another. Here he comes, another shadow beside me. Good. There's my dog Scooby. He's a rescue from a native reserve. Could be part, I think, husky, shepherd. Wolf. And he's German shepherd, possibly coyote, or wolf, white wolf. But he does respond to German. That's Moose is heel. Fast as a pack. I haven't trained on the attachment, but he's not a mean dog. He just very loyal and territorial. If people will walk by and the dogs, he just lets them know, hey, this is my pack location, and I'm second in command, because he knows I'm the alpha. So he will respond to who? To me. Okay, here's my shot. I'm going to try to concentrate. Oh, wow. Try to concentrate and catch my shot. That's fine. I don't even have a real good time. I don't think I've had a clean lap. I think 2:15 is what Smokes was getting, so I do have to. I might actually switch to the 112 Alpha Mod. It might be perfect for this track. Like, it's so nimble. But I think this bike will be good for it as long as I learn the track and do not get going as fast, because I'm getting too hot in some of these corners and literally just overshooting or having to grab so much brake that it gets too much traction and throws you off the bike over the bar. But it does feel good. Like if I just go slow, not that, I should know, there's some spots when you know you have to. Let me see if we can, oh wow, oh yeah, keep it on. Yeah. Scooby, close, Scooby, close. There, kind of yell. Scooby, close. And I may have to end the race and go, Scooby, close. Scooby, close. Okay, there's my shadow. Okay, coming in. Still turning tight. Okay, I got him. Like I said, you can get on the sink and Scooby, close. Scooby, close. I don't know if he can. Close. Oh, he'll go. Then he'll start mumbling. Scooby, close. When he hears me. Scooby, close. Good. Oh no, grab some. Scooby, close. Great, close. I may have to go upstairs. Hold on. Let's see. Great. A little clutch action. Okay, just starting to learn this course. So I haven't really done a clean lap yet. I'll get to 246, but I think 215 is what I saw Smokes to getting, so I'm not sure which way to go. Oh, there we go. Wow, I don't know. Oh, I don't mind it. Like, the track is short enough and it's fun enough. You don't need to have your shadow there. It is nice, because it does. Okay, now I'm getting. Oh no! Wow, got too much brake. I may have to. Let's go in here, settings. Yeah, I got to go back to the pit though, because if I don't, okay, go to settings, and we just go to input, go to the brake, and right here, come on, brakes, go to 60%. Or maybe even 50, yeah. But before I run it just with the rear brakes. Okay. And I could play around with the sensitivity settings. But I got this new computer, and look at the detail of this bike. Like, it's just amazing. This you see how I can like try to do power slides? I could never do that before. Right there. Like, that's real life physics. In real life, you'd be able to turn and you see I definitely gain. Okay, that's pretty cool shot. Ooh. A couple of hotties. Seen that girl, she's in multiple. Okay, ooh, cowgirl. Oh wow, there's Hottie. Look at the Hottie down there with 2 gears in her hand. Okay, I'm not gonna. Maybe I will try to race like this. It is kind of hard, but it is kind of fun to watch. Oh no! Oh no! It's too. I gotta switch back to dynamic. I'm just so used to it. It's the only way I can. But just to feel them, I can feel it that when the rear end slid out, I actually, I don't know if you can notice it with my hands on the wheel, but I actually feel the torque transfer, the rear pop out, just some slight little variations. I felt that slide out too, almost saved it. Oh, this is cool. Whoa, right there, like a little slide out, because this is kind of it's like a loamy dirt. It's like a sand loam. And it can give you great traction, and it's great for 2 strokes because it allows the wheels to generate spin, but also hook up. Okay, learn some lines. I think I should have gone off that jump and launched myself into these little moguls, sand moguls. But they're soft enough that as long as you don't panic and grab too much grab too much brake, you'll wash out the front end or endo. They're actually pretty good. The biggest thing to watch on this track is not OJ. Knowing when, like right here, if I had gone full out, I would have landed in that corner. Wow, feel everything. See if I can get some. Oh wow, that was quite a trick. I don't know why it's not. Like, there's that one trick I was doing the other day. I think I gotta maybe push it twice. Maybe hold it down. Oh, no, still doing the same trick. Maybe it depends on the height. I'm not sure. I gotta more concentrate on beating my shadow. And I can feel the bumps of those corners translate right to the force feedback, and it makes me think I'm actually on a bike. So, and like I said, I did race. We had a similar track to this. A lot of sand, moguls, big, huge, massive, 8-foot high bank sand berms, and a big finish line jump where you use this curve, you can just launch it. No real dangerous doubles or anything, just some small ones, but AMA sanctioned and just amazing. You could, and you just you just pin it with the 125. As long as you kept the RPMs pinned up, it would just scream to the berm. But to do that, you have to feather the clutch a lot, and that wears your clutches. So you always had extra plates, fiber and steel plates in the clutch, and you just open up the side of between motos. If you notice your clutch slipping, and you add in an extra fiber plate or something, and an old one, you have the old clutch, and instantly it feels like you get a new clutch. And you go out there, then you whole shot in the next moto. And that's especially with 125. 250s is not as much because you don't have to feather the clutch as much because you got more power on tap. So the clutch, feathering it, you don't really have to do. You have actually enough, it's like double the horsepower of a 125, and if you know how to, it's easier to keep it in the power band, like it's putting down numbers. Oh wow, that was greasy there. But when I go into those little jumping back in the track, I feel all that through my force feedback Logitech wheel, and it actually feels like I'm really on this track. Yes, I do that one. I do respect. the big up here is the 20 at this, so I can slow down. That's the one I endoed. That's downhill, wow. But you don't want to go too fast because it's so easy to see that. I had that choice still left. If I'd gone the outside line before that, I would have tried to hit that jump. But these moguls are pretty cool. And as long as I don't grab too much brake, wash something out, or go endo, the traction is exactly the way it should be. Oh, you can get up there. Starting to figure out this course. Oh wow, look at that. Wow, yes, and then remember this? Oh, I got too much brake. Let's stay up. And it still survived. Oh, I just love this roamy traction. It's so nice with it. Silver warning, but you do have to learn the course. You've got to keep it in a certain power level because it's real easy to OJ stuff. Or coming too hot because the power is like very explosive. Because you got to be hitting it. Depends on at 125, it's going to be higher RPM, less power. But at 250, it can really, in a second, it can spin you out. Well, that was more of a mistake. Or it could loop you out. Whereas I used to loop it out all the time before 19. I think there was just too much center of gravity towards the rear. Whereas now it's controllable. So rather than loop it out, the rear slides out a bit and I can steer out of it. So cool. It's actually, it's easier and being more real at the same time. If you can believe that, which is really a step forward. But this track really accentuates those jump. And it's a head does come in. That side is less, those moguls are a little, sand moguls are a little less. But as long as you don't, like I said, the only time I usually loop or crash is grabbing too much brake. Sometimes if you're just coming in too hot, you got to grab something. But yeah, it's pretty cool track. Pretty cool. Wow. Yeah, then I got to lay off on this one. Like I said, it's so much more control. Like I think if I really decided to, I could do some really good pull like that. Wow, that was a whip. Wow, I could never do that before. It would never, it would have been too slow. It never would have come back. Whereas I'm going side to side. And landing sometimes sideways before it automatically would crash. Now, it's not. It'll, but like I said, I do have it programmed for invert, lean axis, or the outside weight pressure of my wheel. When I lean, steer, it puts outside weight automatically. You can program that with an inverted axis. It's the same axis, but it's inverted. So basically it does two functions when I steer left. I'm putting outside pressure and steering the bike. Hopefully not crashing. Yeah, my best time is 2:44, but like I said, it doesn't even matter. Like, look at that dirt. So long. It's just so much fun, this track. And it's free. Like, kudos to, oh, wow, for Smokes to uncover this gem. Look at that, slide out. Big. I'm not sure if I'm getting cuts. Probably am. But once I go over the finish line, I'm going to try to do a clean lap and wrap up. But I could just do this for hours. You know, don't even have to go online. Just chase your shadow. Go back. having a, okay, so let me get back. Like I said, you hold it in 3 seconds, it'll put you into a spawn point and in the proper direction. Whereas if you just hit or tap the reset, it doesn't guarantee to put you in there. Yeah, that's not bad because where you're landing is pretty much flat. Whereas if I were to be more left or if it went further, these moguls can be punishing. Just got to be patient and hold off of the steer and throttle up and try to refrain from grabbing too much brake unless you absolutely have to, because it'll oh wow, yeah, KSAP will still survive. Wow, I just love this beta 19 handling. And like I said, I've never even adjusted one of my settings before beta 19. I did everything stock, and I got more the handling I would get through my input settings, the gains, and using my wheel, and my little techniques like trail braking from my simulator racing. I used to race online simulation NASCAR like over 20 years ago with Dale Jr. would pay for our server. And that was back in 2001, 2, 3, 4. Him and Harvick would do simulators, and we would run a league to co-align with the NASCAR schedule. So they'd use our servers to practice with our league. And Dale Jr. almost won Watkins Glen road course, and he knows the super speedway guy, and he gave a shout out to our league. That's how he learned all the brake points, was practicing with our league for 2 days. Perfect. I don't know if I went the right way. I think I did. Oh wow, this is so, like, it's so much fun. Like I said, especially I like a track that's got good traction and good flow, and I like the bumps because I don't mind them because it's a challenge, and just end up learning which lines have the least amount of bumps, and then you just got to be easy on the throttle and easy on the brake, and that includes lowering the gain of mainly the brake, not the throttle. And then I can control with my pedal. I can control the bike in the air. But if your brakes are set too high of a gain, and if you're using that in the air, you better let go before you hit the ground, because you could have too much grab already. So as soon as you hit the ground, you would pre-beta 19 do crash. Whereas now, it's at least give me a chance. If I can ease on the brakes, it's landing, and then I can get a little trail braking traction, which is exactly a real life racing technique. By keeping the brakes slightly engaged, you can be suspension loaded, which keeps contact with the ground and gives you wheel traction, so trail braking. But if you don't know how to do it, it can be your downfall, because getting too much brake can wash out the front end, and it can also it can gain more traction. And if your front end comes up and you don't recognize that, you can wheelie and loop out. And I've done that numerous times, especially on hills. I used to loop out. Oh, way too much there. I used to loop out every hill. I couldn't never get up them, but that was to do with the center of gravity being off. Now I can actually stop on a hill face and go up it like you could in real life. Wow. So I'm not sure. I think I'm getting all kinds of cuts. I'm not really getting better time, but I am having fun. So it doesn't really matter about time. as long as you're having fun. And you can have fun just with the shadow, because every time I go over the finish line, the shadow, my best shadow, launches. So I can actually race against myself of the best time I've had and see the good lines he took, which is me, and where not to go. If I see him wipe out, especially if he's in front of me. I'm not sure where he is, but like I said, it doesn't matter, because you still will naturally learn those locations. And that little break. Oh, there's my doggy again. Scooby, close. Close, German for Scooby, close. Oh, trick. I don't know how I was getting. Before I was getting pointing tricks. Behind. I should have that on a different button. Oh no, I'm gonna case it. But see, I survived it. As long as you get it back straight, but I can get things back straight a lot easier since beta 19. So in theory, I should be able to do good whips, and it's just more responsive and natural. And that translates into fun factor, because especially with the wheel, because it feels like I'm actually riding a bike again. Sounds kind of weird. People think, oh, it's a steering wheel. It doesn't matter. It's still turning, and the sensations that are going through the force feedback into your hands and into your brain make you want the bike. It's almost like a little advantage, like. But not everyone can do that, because people get so used to controllers. I've never ever used a controller in my life. I've always been PC with flight sticks and steering wheels for 35 years. So I'm a master programmer. So let's try. I tried to do tricks. It didn't do it. I think you got to get a certain height to it. It's so much fun now that my steering wheel handles so much better. Like right there, I was going a little hot and I just turned it over and only grabbed a little bit of brake. Wow, I could almost land at that one, but I didn't want to get too deep in. It doesn't matter. If I get the chance to line up, I'll take that jump, because it's always going to land in an area that's got very few of these moguls, sand moguls. Here we go. The dog is listen to my boost command, which is German. We used to have German EDR dogs trained, and all the German commands, sit-sat plats, fast, awesome. And it's a lot of it's a tone of your voice, so it's not the dog understands German, it stands in tone. And that's why they use those words, because they have deep tone, like ooh, or pop. But you can use other language that speak German. And it's like believe means heal, and fast means attack. Sit, sats, and plats. Plats is lay down. And then sit, sats, which are sitting certain ways. And it's stay. I think they use boost for stay or to stay. Bike is so big. This is just like real life. And I was not I've only gotten 60 hours of this game. So I'm not I do all kinds of other simulators, racing, flying. So I don't have much time to dedicate to this game. But it is interesting. And now since the beta 19, it is way more realistic and a lot better. Now this is just with stock setup. That's all I've ever used. And that's why I think it's so good, because I'm getting the best physics, which should have been before the same setups, but because the center of gravity was making all the regular setups poor. And then now that it's proper, I have not my elderly mother. We just moved her in. 84, 85, and in good health. She doesn't need nursing home, but needs people around. Oh, see that right there? That may be a little bit, too much, because in real life I would have lost it, where the bike went almost flat, but I think that's the programming that I have with the outside pedal. I get a little bit extra traction and ability not to dump the bike. Well, right there, it will dump it if you do something drastic like that. Now let's get back in, hold for 3 seconds. But this, oh, wow. Did you see that? That was like a 360. Well, that probably would have happened like that. If you hit some, you send the clutch out, you don't got any weight on the rear because you're standing. It just slides out in real life. Especially a two-stroke, it's very explosive with the power. But I think it's just a little too much, because I've had a few times where there's no way I can survive that slide out, and I get, oh wow, that was a little too much, and I just went easy on the brakes, and look, I survived. If I grabbed too much brake and tried to make that corner, I probably would have gone end over end. There we go. So it's got, like, even though it's got a lot of bumps, they're like floaty moguls, and they, when you have force feedback, I feel every little bump, so I'm getting the visual and physical receptors. And because I did race bikes, I know what it feels like, and it's exactly the way it was as I remember it from 20 with the two strokes when I raced them back in the 80s and early 90s. I haven't ridden a bike in over 30 years. This is, I can never do even the simplest of whips here. I'm going to try to do a real extreme one. Coming up the next big. But I can also make little right there, little scrubs as they call them. There we go, even there. And then back on, I can feel every bump. Right there, feel those bump, boom, boom. It's all coming through my wheel. And then that lets me know which lines to take, because the less bumps, the smoother it is. And then you just pick your lines, and as you do all these laps, it just becomes second nature on what the fastest lines are. There's my toggle change. And even OJ in those, I still cased them, but managed to not crash. So I'm getting a way more consistency, even though I'm not a very good player. Easily doubled my consistency, where I may overshoot the corner, but I just steer back on the track and away I go. Now, a lot of that also I'm playing a little bit more now because it's more fun. So that may translate into just being better because I'm playing more. And when you're playing tracks that you enjoy, I think you learn them quicker and easier. Oh, wow. Almost saved that one. I could feel it just digging in the wheels. 3 wraps, 2, 1, 2. Oh, that's on the memorial sign. Yes, that was the one this number. That's the meaning probably of this track. Yeah, very deep. But very fun. Like, oh, just that. Oh, wow, come back. Did you see that? I don't know. You never know. I've gone off. I went off in a KX84, KX125. Went off the jump in Paris, Ontario, on a lonely track. Never been on it before. And in this practice, we were late getting there, so I just went right out to the moto and went off too fast and a 60-foot drop off. Didn't hit the downslope. I went straight out, hit flat ground. Broke my main down tube of my frame, and my bike was not going anywhere because it actually engaged the clutch. So I was trying to go through the gears, and I put my feet down, and I was like flat-footed on my 125. True story. And then I broke that same frame in about 4 other locations, down tube, or side, once on the down tube, main down tube, side tubes, and I think even the seat and fender tubes, I broke them. Like, it was just like the worst frame in the history. But it was a very torquey bike, so it could have been there was just too much torque and poor frame. I could have just wore him out. So, and now that I got my shadow in front of me, oh wow, this is awesome. This is so amazing, especially when you got a good computer with good frame rates, everything's synced. Oh no, oh, almost, see there? That's the advantage I got. In the 4 Beta 19, I would have gone off and crashed. The shadow's getting away from me. Yeah. I'm just keeping it pinned, trying to get them. I'm not even braking at all. I'm just steering and go. Oh no! Wow. I steered too much. And I think it puts you way back. Oh, wow. That is pretty sick. I'm not sure how to do different tricks. Oh yeah, that's one where I went too far every time. But as you can see there, if you just go past it, just turn around, and you'll survive. Makes it easy here. There we go. Wow, it's weird. There's a little marker on that hill back there. Does that mean you get a cut every time? Well, it's a fun track. Oh, right there, almost a tuck, but I felt it. And I felt it right through my wheel. Right there, I got all those logos. Oh, I was doing different tricks the other day. Oh, wow, I better concentrate. Let's concentrate on getting a clean line. Oh, I did get a 233, 232. Wow, so this, oh wow, this is like the loam, traction, up top. This 250 is just glorious. Oh wow, and I'm starting to learn the course. Oh yeah, get your throttle on. Finish. Oh wow. Keeper. Oh, big miss, but no, look at that. Oh, and back on the course, right behind my shadow. So I actually kind of like that I did that. Oh, come on, keep her going. I did crash before, my shadow got ahead of me, or I got ahead of him, I guess. And I really like the objects that he put into this track. Like there's some hot girls, memorial signs. There's all kinds of details, like you'd have in a real life event. And I've been to Unadilla, U.S. Grand Prix with Bob Hanna won. That was 85, 86, 87. There's my dog. Stewie, Bruce! Bruce, I might shut it down. Stewie, Bruce! 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 Stewie, Bruce! Bruce! Come here, and usually will start grumbling, because he knows that Alpha is telling him, come here, if I go up there, then see he's kind of mumbles, grumbles. He thinks it's his duty because he's second in command. Come here, to be one of the guardians of the pack, so to speak. So he won't bite, but he'll bark a lot at little dogs or people walking by. So you give him the boost man. Wow. This track is so much fun. I'm just ripping. Oh, wow. Look at that. Oh, I survived. Oh my God. Oh, I'm still. Wow. I almost survived that. That was very, that was a very out of control jump. Oh, Scooby, I may have to preempt my recording. One more lap maybe, and then go take Scooby. We got a nice big backyard, and Scooby can go outside. He loves the yard. It's all wildlife back there. Huge yard, bird sanctuary beside us. You got squirrels, you got blue jays, you got cardinals, you got Coleman falcon, and the tower behind their house. So he is in heaven. He sits out there for hours on it. And he's up there in age, he's like 12 years old, but he's got the fur of a 2-year-old. And he even runs, tries to jump the fence. And he'd be somewhere like 80 years old in years, for the size of his breed. Wow, now I'm finally being able to do little whips and stuff. Scrubs. Oh yeah, and bring her back. I could never bring her back before. My wheel would always be slow, and I think it was because the class programming that I have was conflicting with the improper center of gravity, so it couldn't translate it through my wheel. Now it feels perfect, and like I said, I get better traction and better movement in the air. I am just going to do one more lap. So much fun. Like, I don't even have to have the shadow there. Don't even have to race. It'd probably be fun racing on this track too. But just racing your shadow. And, oh yeah, that was a big OJ. Oh, look at that. Oh, almost survived it. Whereas it would have been a guaranteed crash. See right there. I would never, you could never get the rear out and still move forward. You would loop it out every time. Like sometimes it gets so frustrating, you'd actually try to, you quit the game. But now, it translates into the way it would in real life. See, I was almost looping it out, and I took the brake, brought her back down, and a little trail braking on. But I'm also getting extra traction naturally when I turn left and right. I get outside wheel traction while I turn, so it translates the way it should have. Oh wow, I just went a little sideways on that jump. I might do a couple big jumps. Let's get a good lap here. Yeah, there we go. And we got my shadow with me. Wow. The field is so good. It just feels like I'm... Oh, see that? Like, look at that. You never, before I made a 19, you'd never be able to do that. but the physics actually feel really good, and almost too good in some circumstances, because I'm not very good at the game. But I'm definitely getting an advantage. Well, mind you, I'm running a 32 gigabyte RAM computer with a 4060 Ti video card and a Ryzen 7000 series processor. So, needless to say, I got the horsepower to run this game in its full glory. And I get like over 100 frames. I get 200 frames a second at full out settings. I lower the settings down, but it doesn't really matter. It's super smooth, and it translates into better feel in all my games, flight simulators, racing, because there's actually more precise movement, and you're not having little stutters that will inhibit your steering and your graphic response, and then your visual feel, or your feeling in the wheel, or feedback, or visually, which would make you make mistakes because you're not seeing all the information. Oh wow. Whoopie. See that? See, I went out and in. I can never do that anymore. And right here, I would have crashed for sure. I got more traction everywhere I go. I can not only steer in the air, I can actually steer through the corners without anything, ducking under. It's like they made the physics perfect, and the reason I say that because it feels more real. And I did race two-strokes in real life, so I know how two-strokes feel. Mind you, it was in the 80s, but it's even better because the two-strokes that I'm in here have better suspension than what I race. But, oh wow. Just a little, that was my fault there. I'm just getting a little hot, trying to show off in some of these jumps. It is, that's the thing. If anything, I might have too much power. And it just tempts you to, if you just play boring, keep her straight, you can case almost anything and survive. Whereas, wow, come back. Oh, wow, I survived. Wow. Wow, truly, that was pretty cool. Yeah. I must say, I never would have survived something like that before. Beta 19. Physics is so awesome. Oh, wow, that was just my fault. Like I said, I get better response, better feel. I don't get frustrated because I would spin out, loop out so many times I would want to just quit, not even play the game. It'd be very frustrating. Whereas now that I'm getting rewarded with good hardware and good physics and good programming of the software, it all translates into more fun. Which at the end of the day, if you're not having fun, you're not going to continue playing the game. It's all based on fun. And here, let's cut the track. Chase line. Let's chase I saw him come down here. The shadow. That's what I'm playing. Chase the shadow. There he is up ahead. Turn. Oh, that's a tough. Oh, look at that. Glorious. Wow. And it's disrespecting power, and follow your lines, follow your shadow. It is so rewarding. And you gotta give it some power. You don't give it enough, it will, especially the two-strokes, you lose your RPMs, but I steered it too much. Don't know. I think they do punish you when you crash. Holy shit, that one sign. Look at that. I love the signs and the attention to, wow. That's Johnny on the spot. There's a moral sign. Let's slow down, read it. 410, Justin P. 833, Greg V. Kim S. 211. Moto Ranch Rex number. Oh wow. Okay, turn. I can turn. That was way too hot. But just turn. And if you give a little throttle, it keeps a little traction down. Or trail brake, but you gotta be careful to wash out your front end. I did lower my gain on the brakes. And something else too, I forget what. Just because I was washing out just too easy, especially in downhills and any corner with any bumps to it. Now, oh wow, oh keep the throttle on. Oh my god, that was solid. Wow. Well, 2:32, that's my best time. I am going to end it here. I may right now, before I end it, turn off my camera. And let's go to the replay. Just see what we get here. It is nice watching the replay. Sometimes even just the camera angles, like here, if they're too far away, then sometimes I'll switch to an orbit cam. But that one actually looks, oh wow. But I couldn't get it. Oh, look at that. And I landed. Wow. This is like, I'd be crashed. I could never whip anything and bring it back with my wheel before. Now I can. So, and I'm using, I've never modified a setup other than maybe adjust my fuel. So I'm definitely getting a benefit of using stock setups, and I do recommend people to use stock setups for now because they seem to be perfect. And I'm not a good player, and I'm noticing Ben. Look there, it's exactly the way it would be in real life. If you're standing up or leaning forward, you don't have the weight on the rear wheel, so it's going to slide around. And that's exactly when you'd race. That's the exact feeling. Sometimes you'd sit down so you could get more traction, or you would stand up so you could slide the rear out. Look at that. I can feel the bike as it hits the ground. The torque transfer of hitting every bump, turn, and land, and blip of the throttle all translates through the sensory of my wheel. I think this is where I was chasing. I turned around to go chase my Ghost. I think the camera angles on this tracker are just primo. Like, that's pretty. Oh wow, look at that. And it's just, and a lot of times it just feels so great. And you got to be smooth with this track, and because these are 250 two-strokes, so the power is very explosive if you keep it. Wow. And I got the programming where when I lean and turn, I'm getting outside weight, so I'm getting enhanced traction. But you have to respect it, because it is easy. You can sometimes get too bold, turn it over too far, like I did there, or before beta 19, I would loop it out all the time, get frustrated, never really want to play the game. Now I can actually play, and I want to play. That's why I just played maybe half an hour straight. I've never done that, ever. Always played for 10, 15 minutes, got, some weird, you got stuck in a spot, like a bottom valley, you can't get up the hill, and you just quit in frustration. Now, it feels like real life. And so I did have to adjust the gains down, on the brakes, so I didn't wash out or endo, but wow, look at, and I can control it in the air using the brake. And and then not worry about touching down and having it wash out. Like, look at that. Look at this suspension. It looks like a real motocross bike now. Like, that is the way I remember riding a two-stroke in the 80s and 90s. Wow, just feels so good. And it shows. Look at my time. I got a 2:32. It's not a great time, but I don't even play this game. I play all kinds of other simulators. I toy around with it, but I don't consider myself a great rider, but it's so much fun. It actually feels like I'm back on a bike in 1980 or 1990. Look at that. Wow. Oh, that was a big crash. Well, I think that is it. Duke is out. Peace.